it's Jasma, and today we're going to make Actifry Shrimps. I've made Actifry chicken wings on my channel before, so go and check that out. Today we're going to be frying some shrimps. It is going to taste and look just as good as fried regularly in oil, except doing it with an Actifry machine is going to be a lot healthier because we won't be using as much oil. It's a lot safer because you won't splatter oil on yourself, and it also doesn't pollute the air inside of your house. This is great for kids to make because it's safe, it is very healthy, and it is one of my favorite ways to eat shrimp. So let's get started. For the ingredients you will need 8 big shrimps, 2 eggs, half a cup of breadcrumbs, half a cup of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of ketchup, salt and pepper for taste, and 1 tablespoon of oil. First off, we're going to prepare the shrimp. So when I bought mine, the head and the intestines has already been removed, but if you want to do that yourself, you could go check out my Nigiri sushi video, which I will be showing you how to do so. I suggest you to use fresh big shrimps. It tastes better and looks better, but you could also use frozen shrimp, just to be sure to defrost them first. So we're going to peel the shrimp, but you want to keep the tail, so I like to just pinch it while I peel it. I have my shrimp here, the intestines and the head has been removed, and I'm just going to peel off the shell, but make sure you keep the tail. And this is super easy to do. You basically just peel it off, and when you get to the end, you want to pinch the tail. You want to take off the last bit as well, but make sure to keep the tail. So just pinch it nice and tightly. So you can see I kept the tail and got rid of the rest of the shell. Now wash it and pat it dry with a paper towel. Now we're going to cut a couple slits in the shrimp so it stays nice and straight while it's cooking and doesn't curl up too much. So you want to cut it in the belly, 2 or 3 slits. Don't cut it all the way through. About halfway is good. Sprinkle on some salt and pepper for taste. And now for the coating, we have some panko breadcrumbs. You can use any type of breadcrumbs you like. You want to pour it into a wide, deep bowl, which would make it a lot easier to coat the shrimp. Some all-purpose flour, and 2 eggs. And we're just going to beat this up until it's nice and loose. You want it to be really loose so it's easier to dip. You know it's loose when you lift off your fork and nothing much sticks to it. Now we can start to dip the shrimp. So hold on to the tail. We're first going to coat it with the flour, and I like to use a spoon to help me coat it evenly, and you want to shake off the excess. Then coat it in the egg. You could do it once or twice. I'm just going to do 1 coat of each. Drip off any excess, and finally coat it in the breadcrumbs. And you want to cover the entire thing with a good amount of breadcrumbs. And I'm only going to be doing 1 coat of each because I'm not going to use too much oil, so you don't want it to taste dry. The shrimp is now coated with flour, eggs, and breadcrumbs so we can start to cook it. So I'm just going to take out this part. Now usually you would use this measuring spoon that comes with the Actifry to drizzle over a tablespoon of oil onto whatever you're frying. But today I'm not going to be doing that. Instead, I'm going to spray some cooking spray onto the shrimp. This makes sure that I distribute the oil really evenly from the start because I'm not going to be using this spinning component that mixes up whatever you're frying because that's going to break the shrimp and I don't want that to happen. So I want to make sure that I distribute the oil really evenly from the start. But if you don't have cooking spray, of course you could just use the measuring spoon to drizzle over some oil. But try to distribute it as evenly as possible. So I'm just going to lay the shrimp in the Actifry and try not to overlap it. Now spray on about a tablespoon of the cooking spray nice and evenly. And we're going to set the timer for 6 minutes. timer has gone off, so now I'm going to place in the spinning component and let it cook for 1 more minute so it can be nice and evenly browned. Now our fried shrimp is finished. Once the shrimp is cooked, we can plate it onto a pretty serving platter. You can see the shrimp is nice and crispy on the outside. And I like to use some ketchup as the sauce, but you can use whatever dipping sauce you like. The shrimp tastes really good. It's really juicy on the inside, not dry at all. It tastes just like a fried shrimp, except it's a lot healthier, it's a lot safer to make, and it's perfect for kids. Keep in mind that if you make more shrimp than this, you'll have to increase the cooking time, so adjust accordingly. I really hope you could try this out. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye!